tell us about that baptism?
This is a couple from near here. She claimed to reject all religion. He would be out of an Anglican tradition, but they had this little girl. And when she was born, Ivy Rose is her name, they spoke to me about, could we have something sort of to dedicate her to life, to what it's all about? And they're already, Ivy Rose would have had about 8 or 9 cousins through in the family already, kids from about 4 through to 14. So we all went down to, all the family from Sydney side and from Brisbane all met at Byron Bay for the Blues Festival, and I went down on the Easter Monday, and they had this home that they'd rented with a garden, beautiful garden and trees all around it, and so we sat down in the big lounge room, all the kids on the floor, and I said to them, why are we here? And one of the kids stuck up his hand and said, we're here to pour some water on Ivy's head. You're going to pour some water on Ivy's head. I said, yeah. Another one said, we're here to welcome Ivy into the whole family. I said, yeah, that's true. And they said, there's something else. Have you seen the ad on TV where the kids are in the back seat of the car and they're saying, are we there yet? Are we there yet? I said, that's a bit like life. We have to trust Mum and Dad that they know where they're going. And the Mum and Dad, and I talked to Adam and Nikki, they've got to look after Ivy now and make sure that they're driving her in the right direction. But that's why sometimes you think Mum and Dad don't really know where they're going, and that's why it's important to have godparents, so you can talk to somebody else and see what they think, whether you're... Ultimately, life is all about going on a long journey. And that's what we're happy. The beginning of this journey has been marked today with Ivy. And so there's been 2 really great teachers in life. One is the Buddha, and I pulled out the head of the Buddha that I've got here out of my bag and stuck it there. I said he taught that there's a little spark of the divine in everybody, and that if we can recognize and respect that, then we will have peace. And then I pulled out the crucifix, and I said, and this is another teacher, great teacher, and you see what happened to him, and he teaches us that it doesn't matter how terrible things are, good can come out of it. And so that's what we're on about today. And we will use water. I said, all you kids, you like surfing, don't you? I said, you know when you go down the beach, how when the waves come in, all the marks that are on the sand, all the footprints are there, everything's wiped out and you've got a clean slate again. That's a bit like whatever life God's about. We can always start again. And the other thing about surfing, I used to find when I had a heavy day at work, to come down and to dive into a breaker, all the worries and stuff that was in my head got cleared out. So it's for this that we use water. We pour water on the head of Ivy and hope that the 3 aspects of what the ultimate meaning of life is all about. I try to avoid the words God and everything because of the overtones. I said that the ultimate in life is always a mystery. We don't know ultimately what is there. And so we have to commit ourselves not to be afraid, but to go there. But there's also that other aspect, that we are surrounded, we are carried by whatever the power of everything. And so we've got to accept that we can just let go and be carried. But there's the other aspect too, that every so often that power of creation will just be pushing us from inside us. We've got to take this risk and risk everything to go somewhere else. I said there's 3 aspects of all this, and it's into that we pour the water on. And after that, my cousin was with me. He's a bit of a singer. He sang Edelweiss, changed the words from bless my homeland forever, bless Ivy Rose forever. And then we got all the kids singing nursery rhymes. Itsy Bitsy Spider. What's that all about? It's about perseverance. You just get every day, it doesn't matter whether it rains or whether it's too much sun, you get up and do what you got to do. Jack and Jill, and they start to sing that one. And well, that's about, even when you're doing the right thing and doing your job, things can go awfully wrong. And I went through half a dozen of the nursery rhymes that way. Now, I feel that every liturgy, the guts of it, what we've always said, we use the words Father, Son and Holy Spirit. Jesus said to use those words. But what I was saying that day was saying the same thing. The Father, the mystery that is beyond everything, the source of everything. The Son who embraces and carries us all the time. The Holy Spirit who's constantly prodding us to move forward. I said, it's the reality that we've got to worry about, not the bloody words. And we should be capable of creating a new liturgy for each person and each situation in our lives. Just repeating the words that we received from 100 or 1,000 years ago is not necessarily getting to the reality of what they're about. Okay?